All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back. It is Tuesday, August 18th. We are back with another episode of GRC. How's everybody doing today?
I'm struggling, okay? I'm trying my best to be a good human, and it is not working out for me. Oh, you guys
Oh,
are going to put me on
God.
blast.
That's okay, Jen. I feel you. Do you see this? This wasn't here yesterday. I don't know what this is. I'm not
Oh,
real. I'm a honeypot.
that's fun.
I'm
We
gonna
love
add
Mystery Chast. She's ghosty. Oh my gosh, how are you guys? It is 9 million degrees outside.
It's 102 here.
It's 9 million here, Chastity, in the armpit of hell. My coworker, he lives in Tyler, and his boys play Pee Wee football, and they had a scrimmage this weekend, and the scrimmage got canceled halfway through. All the kids got sent back to their cars to cool off. One of the parents took a picture of the thermometer on the dash. 139 degrees. And I'm not making that up. I saw the picture. Hey, Nick.
Mr. Nick Pappas. How's it going, sir? Welcome.
Welcome to the shit show.
Mm-hmm. How you doing? Long time no see.
Is he dead yet?
Is what?
He said, is he dead yet?
Is he dead yet? Why does everybody know who I'm talking about?
We all know who you're talking about.
We're all on the same struggle bus, my friend.
Is the streets open? That's what Rhiannon always says.
They've been open. They never closed.
They never closed. It's been open, and we're controlling it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's great, guys. Everything is great. And
Fine.
our president definitely doesn't shit his pants.
He definitely doesn't wear a diaper.
Listen, I don't even care that he keeps falling asleep. I just get pissed off that he keeps waking up.
Same here. Same here, my friend. So what's been going on up in Denton County? What kind of trouble you been getting into?
All kinds. I mean,
Excellent.
That's the best kind, am I right?
Yes. Guys, this is Nick Pappas. Did you already say this, Tovar? Am I like literally losing my mind? Did you already introduce
I
Nick?
didn't give a proper introduction, but you can if you'd like.
Okay, this is Nick Pappas. He is running to be a Denton County judge, and we are going to get him elected because he's wonderful. I think this is your third time hanging out with us.
I think so.
Yeah, we really like Nick. We enjoy having Nick on. So how is your candidacy going? I saw today you were making some noise up there. What's happening?
Yeah, so the campaign is going amazing. I'm very, very excited for November. I'm absolutely confident that I'm going to win, but I'm not going to slow down. I'm still going to keep putting in the work to ensure it. Because it's not just me that I want to win. I also want everybody else to win. So I've also been helping them with their campaigns and plugging them as often as possible as well. Yeah, this morning was a little fun. I found out that the Denton County Commissioner's Court was saying incorrect things to their constituents. And so I went to go correct the record publicly.
Nice.
And how did that go?
Well, it went very well. Thankfully, I showed up with all of the receipts that I needed. I wanted to make sure that if I was going to correct somebody, I wasn't just going to say, trust me, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I showed up. I had the actual statutes. I had the election code, everything ready. And so because I only had 3 minutes, I had to read very fast, and I had to stick to the script so that way I didn't drop any F-bombs.
You did great.
For sure.
It happens to the best of us, Nick.
I tell everybody I'm a United States Marine, even though I'm retired, so they're lucky that I'm housebroken. So
yeah, for sure.
It's true. He took his shot collar off for the interview, guys.
It feels like I don't know. I guess as of lately, the past couple of years, that these local city halls are really getting turned up. Like people, I don't know if more people are well, obviously more people are getting involved and are seeing like more corruption just like right in their face. It's really interesting to see like how, especially with things like the data centers and stuff, how the like I was saying, how the city halls just get so lively, I guess. I know here in San Antonio, there was a councilwoman who actually called the mayor a liar, and this was like a couple weeks, and this was in session, like while they were talking about whatever policies. Here was Project Marvel is what they were talking about, and people are like calling each other liars, like to me that's something we haven't seen before. Have you been experiencing anything like that in your recent activities?
I mean, I've been calling people liars, but
The one calling people liars.
so
Yeah.
yes, it's very unfortunate, but thankfully people are actually paying attention to what their local government's doing right now. A lot of people have been trying to make noise, but the noise is just completely stamped out, and
Yeah.
that's been happening for decades. So people have been going to these places, yelling obscenities, just trying to make the news so that way they could bring some eyes to the subject. It's just not as good as what is his name? O'Hare in Tarrant County.
Oh my
I was just
gosh.
going to say,
Calling it Tyrant County because he should have people arrested. And the worst part is he's part of the government. And we have freedom of speech in the First Amendment, which specifically is about the government punishing you and silencing you.
Yep.
And because they didn't make any actionable threats, what they did was called official oppression. And that's an actual law.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, O'Hare broke it. So as soon as those lawsuits go through, county's going to have to pay through the nose, and hopefully he's going to get replaced with his commissioner, Elisa Simmons.
It's time. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with what's happening in McKinney, but it's kind of, people are standing up for the city council. So the
Yes.
city council in McKinney had to vote to approve or disapprove the zoning change for, I believe, a mosque that
Yep.
they were trying to build. And obviously we have the Islamic panic here in Texas right now, so we can't build any mosques. Now, the city council didn't vote on whether or not they liked the idea of the mosque. They voted on whether or not the zoning laws were legal and whether or not the proposal abided by those laws. And yes, it did. So yes, they approved the mosque.
Mhm.
So
And they
they're-
didn't try to dance around that MAGA stuff. That was 7-0.
okay. So what's happening now is the MAGA voters in McKinney have
Oh no.
a petition, but it named only the Democrats on the city council and doxed them with all of their personal information, made it public because they voted to approve this mosque. Only the Democrats.
I thought you couldn't be Democrat or Republican on a city council. I thought it was
You still have party affiliation. You're not elected by your party affiliation, but each member still is open about their party affiliation. So only the Democrats on the city council, the people that were registered Democrats, were listed in this petition and doxed.
yeah.
Yeah, the way that the city council like stuff works, when we're talking about the local governments, the mayor, the city council, they can try to play the whole, oh, I'm an independent, but then ideologically, once you start seeing like what they're running on and what they're running for, it always panders to one side or the other. It's
Mhm.
never a, hey, everybody, you're all poor, let's fix that. It's always going towards one of the extremes, just depending upon their audience.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's how a lot of, I mean, that's how most people vote, I would say. Especially the older crowd, they just they hear Republican, and if they're Republican, they're gonna go there. If they're a Democrat, they hear Democrat, they're gonna go there. There's usually no dialogue, especially I feel like in local politics, it's just kind of like lost somehow,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
is
for sure.
really unfortunate.
Yeah. Nick, that's actually something that I wanted you to talk about publicly was kind of, can you tell voters why we should care about who our judges are?
Absolutely. All right, let's do this. Okay, so there's 3 levels of judges. There's the justices of the peace, which almost everybody will interact with at least once in their lives.
Mhm.
Those are the people that deal with the traffic tickets, with petty theft, juveniles, all of that stuff. Also, like marriages, those are the justices of the peace. That matters because you want somebody compassionate on that bench, because all of the roads are under construction. You still have to get to work on time. And if
Yeah.
it's taking you an hour and a half commute, you're probably going to speed. And if you get pulled over, you want to be able to talk to a judge and be like, listen, I've got to be able to get to work on time. I can't lose this job. And look, you have a financial statement. This is how much I make a year. The judge should be able to say, you know what, you're right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's expunged. Get out of here. Go back to work. What the hell? You want somebody that would be able to do that. You want a judge that would be able to be like, oh, hey, this kid is a problem. Is he a problem to himself or is he a problem to others? Does he need intervention or does he need detention? You want a compassionate judge looking at that. You don't want a judge that's just like signing the papers and just going on about his business. I hate that. And I've seen 2 judges do it, and it infuriates me. They don't listen to the case. They just have everything read and then make their judgment and then on to the next.
Yeah.
So you want justices of the peace that you know will want to help people. And unfortunately for a couple, that's not the case. So we have some people running to replace them. Then the next level, we have the county judges. So the county judges like I'm running for, thankfully for Denton County and most other counties in Texas, it's purely an executive office. Judge in name only, but it's because they actually preside over a court.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be dealing with contracts. I'll be dealing with law enforcement. I'll be dealing with taxes and all of these other things. You know, we've got the big county budgets because half of Denton County is unincorporated, which means it's not part of a city. And so they rely specifically on the county for governance, for contracts, emergency services, law enforcement, all of these things. Unfortunately, I've been to a lot of these unincorporated communities, and they've talked to their commissioners, the ones that I actually were able to get a hold of them, and they were told, sorry, there's nothing I can do. And that infuriates me because as a guy applying for the position, there's absolutely stuff that we can do, which is what I talked about during the commissioner's court this morning. But the third level of judges, the last level, is the district judges. So these are the state judges. It all depends upon the population of the counties. And these are the guys that are handling the big cases when we're talking about actual. These guys actually have to be lawyers or judges prior to in order to hold that position. They're still elected. I don't know why, but I'm grateful because we don't want Abbott electing all of the judges by himself because he does that with the Texas Supreme Court, and it's horrifying. And I know Texas Supreme Court, they do have elections. We'll probably talk about how fair those elections are later, but very specifically in my case, everybody in the county, in Denton County, would want to see my face and be like, oh, hell yeah, I love that guy. As opposed to being like, who is that guy? What does he do?
Yeah.
Because nobody knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you were talking about contracts. We had Vicky Goodwin on last week, and one of the questions we had asked her was about the anti-BDS laws. And I had referred to the San Marcos case that happened last year. I just wondering your thoughts on that, and as far as I guess small contracts, government contracts, and private businesses, and how that is getting confusing.
So I'm a little confused about your question, but are we talking about contracts that the county would sign on behalf of the state, or are we talking about the federal contracts that have already been signed and they're just working in our county?
Both of those.
Yeah. Well, I believe also I believe in this instance it was for San Marcos, but
With the state. So
yes,
the state.
it was with the state, but I'm trying to remember exactly how they were withholding. They were going to withholding money because there was a company that I guess had a position against Israel.
No.
Okay.
It's because the town was going to, they refused to pay into something, or they weren't going to let their funds, the town funds, be used to fund something that Abbott was going to send to Israel.
Y'all are both wrong.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
So the San Marcos case was the city found out that there were $4.4 million that they had been donating to these foundations that armed Israel.
Okay.
They didn't want to pay that anymore. And it wasn't because they were anti-Semitic. It was because they have potholes and they have, schools that are underfunded, and they have, parks and stuff that are going without, and they wanted to use that money in their own city. And so they went to the state and they said, hey, we don't want to send this money, and we want to keep this money here. It's our money.
That's right.
And
That's what
it was $4.4 million that they had been donating every single year to 3 organizations that armed Israel. And they said they didn't want to do it. And Abbott wrote them back a letter and said, if you do not do this, then if you do not do this, you will be considered anti-Semitic, and we will withhold federal fund or state funds from you. For your police department, for your fire departments, any type of like local, any type of funding that comes from the state would be withheld.
Yeah. So all 3 of you are, no, I'm just kidding. So the way that works is all of the cities rely on county funds, state funds, federal funds. All of the counties rely on county funds, state funds, federal funds. State relies on state funds, federal funds, but also all of the taxes from the counties and the cities.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody gets away from their taxes. Now, if there's an agreement like between Abbott, the state, and the city, like, hey, you must maintain these organizations, and that's the way it is. Now, the state can always withhold funds, but it's not always legal. And so they can get into a protracted legal battle and wind up having to spend more than $4.4 million trying to fight Governor Abbott.
Mm-hmm.
So that's entirely possible, and it's entirely screwed. What's very important is the counties should say, okay, no, that city's doing what they're supposed to be doing. We can help supplement. We can help take stuff off of their plate. Because cities absolutely need county resources, even if it's not county money. So they still need power, they still need water, they still need sewage. They need all of these things. The county can help. The county doesn't even have to spend more money. The county could just be like, okay, the emergency services is now going to cover this half of your city as well as that part of the county. And so you can now have more money for this. The county can do that. But again, if you're trying to get into a protracted legal battle with Ken Paxton and Governor Abbott, it's not going to go well.
Yeah.
And that's only because they're good at stonewalling. That's the only reason. So they're really good at making cases drag out. I don't know if you've seen any of the cases from the ACLU at all, but they are really good at dragging those out, even though everything's so clear cut.
So you originally were running for Texas governor and have now decided to run for Denton County judge. Was there a specific moment that you realized that you could make a bigger difference as a judge than this crazy governor's race that we were dealing with at the time?
Absolutely. I was doing one of my finance reports, and I was seeing the thousands of dollars that I was spending out of my personal funds because I was one of those people that's like, I don't want your money, I want your vote. Like, I can handle this, but it's so expensive because nobody wants to do anything for free. Nobody wants to write an article about you for free. Nobody wants to, like, it's so wild how much people try to nickel and dime you because they think that you're getting these billions and trillions of dollars in donations. And it's like, you have access to our finance reports. You could see that we're broke.
Yeah.
But when I saw that it was not sustainable, I immediately stopped, especially because Gina Hinojosa had already thrown her hat into the ring about a month prior, and she was picking up steam. And I'm like, okay, she can obviously do a lot better than I could. So I'm out. And then I was relaxing for a couple of weeks, and I got a call like, hey, nobody's running for county judge. You were running for governor of the state. Do you want to be governor of the county? And I was like, that sounds like what I'm built for. We're going to try this. So then I started looking it up, and nobody knew what the position was. Nobody knew who was in any positions, to the point to where I had to use the entire back of my business card just to explain what a county judge is and does.
Wow.
That's kind of awesome, though.
And everybody's all embarrassed. They're like, I'm so sorry. I just don't know what that is. I'm like, it's okay. Nobody does.
Yeah.
Let me explain it.
I know what it is because my uncle's the county commissioner. So
3 people in America. Thank you so much.
So what are you working on, right now that you're super excited about?
So one of the big things that I'm absolutely excited about is my website. So my website, I've been going through all of the commissioners court meetings starting back in January of 2026 and just finding the trends, cascading problems, all of these things. Now, I've found a lot. I've found corruption. I've found outright lies. I've found all kinds of stuff. And it's fun because
You didn't have to look that hard, did you?
I did not have to look that hard. No. It's actually really easy. A couple of Google searches showed like, holy crap, that 287G really got Denton County. And that's the one about immigration. Oh, yeah. So, well, because Denton County, I don't know if y'all remember, we made the news. We made the national news of being the first county with the county commissioners just like, oh my God, we love 287G. We're going to support it however we can. We're going to sign on to all the different modules, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting there like, you have no idea what you're doing. Like, or they did, which is so much worse. I think that they did it out of ignorance. That's what I'm hoping for. I know it's probably not the case, but that's the idea. I really hope that, what is it? Is it Hanlon's razor or Occam's razor? It's definitely
Occam's razor.
Oh, is it razor?
Yeah, you got to attribute to stupidity what you shouldn't attribute to malice. Now,
yeah, Occam's is the most likely solution, is the most obvious solution. So it's going to be
hopefully both. Now, the problem with the 287G is they're like, oh, it's not going to cost the county any money, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, we also seriously increased the sheriff's budget, but also never applied for the federal money.
Awesome.
So, yeah, that's all on public record. So I found that and I was like, huh, and they're just
they just want the deficit. Just like, let's just keep it.
It sounds like they're going to raise taxes and not tell anybody is what's going to happen.
Let's talk about taxes real quick. Let's talk about that real quick. This is something that I absolutely love because the Denton County Commissioners Court was talking about, this was a few months ago, they were talking about, oh, we've got the lowest tax rate since 1986. And I'm like, yeah, that's actually true. Thank you for doing that during an election year where all of you are getting opposed. But also, it's talking out of one half of their mouth because also our property tax exemptions are 1%. Every county surrounding Denton County is 20%.
Mm-hmm.
So in Denton County, your property taxes, your exemptions are capped out at $5,000, regardless of what your property is, regardless of all the changes and increases to your actually property taxes, you're capped at $5,000. That's if you get the exemption. Everywhere else, all around us is 20%, and they're making it work. But we have to be stuck at 1%. Oh, but our taxes are super low. They're not. The rate is low. The rate is the lowest it's been, but that's not by proportion. By proportion, even though they're keeping it at 1%, it goes up 5% almost annually. And this is what people are paying: $700 to $7,000.
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
Yeah.
We were kind of talking about this last week too. Like, we're to a point, like, that really needs to be something that more candidates are being more vocal about, is property taxes. I work in an industry where we deal with small business owners, and I have talked to small business owners who own their homes and are losing their homes because they're being taxed out of them.
Yep.
It's happening all over the country, not just Texas, but it's our property taxes are getting insane.
Yeah.
Well, what a lot of people don't understand is because they're like, oh, well, at least we don't have to pay taxes like California. But if you look at the taxes for income and for like your expenditures and cost of living, when you're looking at those things side by side, Texas is paying just as much as California.
Yeah.
Without that state tax, which is insane.
Because listen, I would be a lot less mad about things if we had legal cannabis, but we don't.
So
don't
get me started on that one. Banning everything except for Delta 9.
Yeah, right.
Deal what they're doing at all. And it's proven time and time again, especially because I don't know if you heard, their voters do not like that decision.
No.
Their voters is trying to get, all of the Delta 8 CBD, and they didn't want the Delta 9, but now that's the only thing on the shelves. And now they're like, oh, that's why I don't know if you saw in the news, a lot of people have been trying to get Ken Paxton to talk about it. He literally runs in every single conversation. We're not talking power walks. He literally dodges the camera as soon as that question is asked. It is hilarious.
You know who does it though? James Tallarico.
You know, you know what was funny? There was that one video of Paxton when he's in the front of that group of sheriffs or whatever, and they ask him a question and he just like walks off. But there's a huge sign, a Tallarico sign. It's a Paxton sign taking a dig at Tallarico, but he has Tallarico's name on the freaking podium while he abandons it. So Tallarico, he just like dude, man.
Well, he thought he could have his cake and eat it too. He's like, no, I could take digs at Tallarico, but why are you talking to me? Like, we have all these law enforcement officers up here.
And that's literally what he said. Let's just keep it to law enforcement, guys. Oh, why? Because she wants to ask about your affair, coward. She wants to ask about your 15 houses that you got on your government salary, coward. That's why. Go ahead, sprint. Do your 15-yard dash, princess.
A lot of news articles that are coming out now always refer to Ken Paxton as serial adulterer. Ken Paxton, like they're actually going in at it. So check out a lot of the Texas papers, especially the Dallas Fort Worth papers. They're really good at it.
Oh yeah.
But while we're talking about the Paxton Tallarico thing, have you seen Tallarico's new campaign ad?
Oh my! I've seen all of them.
No, it is Tallarico will not steal your pen.
And he's selling pens. He's selling pens on his website that say "Not Ken Paxton's pen."
I've seen it.
If you have not seen it, you have to go to YouTube and just Google Tallarico Paxton pen. It is amazing. Like,
really good.
We're talking like Mum Donnie's TikToks. We're talking that level of just creativity.
So I sent you guys these videos. If you guys would actually watch all of the 9 million clips I sent you,
there's so many videos.
Watches any of those? It's like when you send your friend Instagram reels and you're like, "Have you watched them?" You're like, 900. I have a job.
Like, I haven't gone to the restroom yet, dude.
I don't.
Oh my gosh. Hey, question, guys. As veterans, both of you, what do we think about the federal government absolutely gaslighting the families of these ships? And basically just, there's actually 3 now that they've named that are having the same type, the only one that's been out so long. But what do we think about the government basically telling us that we should ignore what all of these seamen are saying and just believe them when they say everything's fine?
You expect me not to chuckle when you say seamen. That's fine. But hey, I'm a Marine.
Wrong audience. I'm sorry.
Very specifically, I've never heard of American soldiers, sailors getting the shaft until they're veterans.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no shit, right? Well,
I mean, at least they know what to expect.
I don't know what the count is. How long have they been out there? 200 and something days.
So,
They've
yeah,
been
it's over
underway.
200 days.
That's insane. That's got to be torture. That's got to be.
And it's not just 200 days.
Torture.
It's 200 days without a port call, because there's a couple of other ships that have been out, but they've been able to dock. The Lincoln hasn't been able to, because all of the places that they would dock are in the strait. And either they're not allowed to stop there, or the bases, the reloading facilities that we have in the Middle East have all been destroyed. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing they can do. They're not getting supplies sent to the ships, and they can't get off the ships.
Yeah, and the conditions on those ships are already not, like, they're not freaking luxury cruise ships at all. Like, there's like even without all this going on, like the toilet's always back up, like there's always sewage, like it's a mess already in there. And to be stuck out there with no supplies, no re-upping, no port calls, they probably don't have many supplies for any kind of maintenance that they need. It's yeah. And I don't know if you saw, but some of the service members, they wrote some messages on one of the planes, or one of the, I forget what exactly it was, but they were Yeah,
They
those
were on
service members are not happy. Those people
Yeah.
on those ships are not happy.
That I think that was that for this, or was that in Israel? Because I remember no, I guess it was for this conflict. The wing of this plane, the soldiers had written in the dust on the plane, "This is Epstein's war," like
It is.
talking shit, and then took pictures and sent it to everybody. And this is the first time I think I've ever seen active duty military personnel vocally bashing their
Yeah.
situation and their circumstances. Like, of course, you talk to your family when they're deployed and they tell you a few things privately, but for it to be this public, to where it's viral all over the world, people know how shittily our military personnel are being treated on these ships.
It's a technical term.
Right? Thank
Shittily.
you. In the dictionary. It's baffling to me how prevalent it's become, and I'm kind of concerned at what repercussions they're going to have to deal with when they get back.
I have terrible news for you. So
Mm-hmm.
I am so sorry that I am not joking about this. So when this war was gearing up and Hegseth started with his holy war, he made sure that all of the officers in charge were on board. The ones that weren't were removed, either removed from their posts, removed from their stations, or removed from any responsibility.
Or they resigned.
There were forced retirements. There were a lot of people removed from promotion lists. There was a lot of shuffle right before they started launching all of this. And then they decided to use, what was it, 80% of all of our long-range missiles. It was a significant portion, to the point to where, like, don't get me wrong, there's corruption in every military around the world. So it's not like we're worse off than China because they're using Timu goods. So it's fine. But it's one of those situations where we are screwing ourselves openly and there's nothing we can do about it because a third of our population cannot read above a fourth grade level.
Yeah,
I'm not joking.
It's like everybody but Americans can see that we're just like wasting all of our ammunition, all of our war chests. It's almost depleted, and we have people that are just like floating around in the middle in the middle of the freaking sea, man. I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised if people, end up losing their lives over this.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Yeah.
Well, they've already had a lot of attempted suicides to where they just don't let them alone anywhere near the sides of the ship.
Awesome.
Yeah. So there's that.
Mental health care.
It's going to be even worse when they get home. So everybody has to be able to, welcome these guys back instead of telling them, no, go screw around. It's like it's not their fault. All of the officers in charge, it's absolutely their fault. So
yeah, for sure. I could only imagine what those mess decks look like for the officers, because on those ships there's two different chow halls, and I can guarantee you it probably pissed a lot of people off if they were to go into that into that officers lounge and see how good they're getting treated versus the enlisted personnel that are on that ship.
It's only going to take it's only going to take one that's swabbing the decks that sees one of the OICs pull out a Lunchable.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a
Lunchable?
See the food that they're eating.
I've seen the food. It's not food. It's not
food.
So
all that I could imagine is a lot of the mail that they're getting has got to be care packages with like canned foods or something. Because even
they're not getting, that's one of the problems that they're talking about, is they're not getting the care packages because the resupply depots in the Middle East have all been destroyed. So where we would send the care packages isn't there to receive them.
So we never took that island.
No, what? No.
Well, no, because they said that we were taking that island, so we wouldn't have any problems.
They also said that the war was going to be over in what was it? 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
14 days.
No, it's fine. He got that from his buddy Putin because he knew that as long as he keeps saying 2 weeks, then people are going to believe it. 6 years later,
save us. I really had my money on Putin. I could have done a cow sheet bet on that, and
I have a feeling that Putin is encouraging all of this and waiting for us to deplete all of our defenses so that he can just walk in the door.
Well, you have to look at this. The big battle, social media. That's why we have a dead internet. So what I mean by that is it was something like 60 to 70% of all internet traffic is bots.
Yeah.
And something like at least half of it is all malicious attacks against websites, institutions, stuff like that. And so the dead internet theory is you're not talking to a human being on social media, which is hilarious because you're not. Because all you have to do is anytime somebody tries to troll your comment section, just copy and paste that comment into Google, and you're going to see all of these other accounts posting the exact same thing. And it's because AI is just not yet.
Yeah.
I have definitely had some beef with some trolls on like TikTok and Instagram, and I'll have Chastity like texting me going, "That's a bot. Stop, it's a bot." Like, that's engagement. It's fine.
It's my favorite.
I just reply with a clown emoji or a middle finger emoji. Like, the conversation's not going to go anywhere. You think even if they were a real person, do you think you're going to change Pappas' mind? No. He's got a Trump tattoo on his fucking neck. You're not changing his mind. He's 90. No, he's done.
Always love having you on.
What'd you say?
I said I always love having you on.
Oh, it's fun. We guys, just so you know, when we do these episodes, we have a run sheet of topics and questions that we are supposed to stick to. And never, like, Nick is absolute wild card. Whatever happens. This run sheet is out the window. Why do we do these for him?
I don't know.
So as somebody who also ran for office, there is a huge difference what I learned from what I knew before I ran for office and then actually running for office and becoming a candidate. So what is one thing that you have learned running for office that regular voters or even people that are considering it would not know?
Let's find something on a lighter note.
There are no lighter notes in politics.
There really isn't. Politics sucks.
Politics sucks.
Everybody is like trying to get you to quit. Even the people that are supposed to be on your team, it's awful because everybody's got an ego. Everybody thinks, oh, I know better. And it's like,
oh, no,
yeah. What you need to do, everyone tells you what you should do.
You only get advice from people that have lost.
Yeah.
You don't get advice from people that have won multiple campaigns. They're not like, hey, listen, I'm crushing it. You're going to crush it with me. Come on. No, that's not how it works. That have run
all
like
the
6
losers
times
give you the best advice.
And you're like, no. You need to do this. And I'm like, why would I listen to you? I'm going to do the opposite of what you're saying. And so far, I think it's amazing because I've been living by that philosophy. But everybody wants to make your campaign their campaign. And it's like, no. You put your name on the marquee if you want top billing. That's how this works.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you sit down. But they don't understand that. And when I tell people that, I'm an asshole. Because I will tell them, you have never won. Sit down and shut up. I've got this.
Yeah.
And they do not like that because, again, their ego.
Yeah.
Sometimes being an asshole is necessary, guys. Just putting that out there.
I am never an asshole to the people that need compassion. I'm not an asshole to the homeless, to hungry kids, to single moms, to people that are just getting out of jail, to people that have been in jail for 2-3 months with no trial and then charges are dropped. I'm not an asshole to those guys. I'm doing my best to take care of everybody in Denton County. I am an asshole to everybody who wants to prevent that.
Yeah.
The people that have their feet on the necks of all of those previously mentioned people, that's who Nick's an asshole to.
Exactly.
Are you running unopposed?
What's that?
Are you running unopposed?
No. I am running against Judge Andy Eads. And I'm not concerned because nobody likes this man.
And other people don't know who he is. So
Democrats, he is not a fan favorite. But also in my primary, I got more votes than everybody else who has run for my position in the last 20 years combined.
Oh, nice.
And
Hell
that was
yeah.
5,000 more votes than he got strictly from Republicans. So,
Nice. So if you became Denton County Judge right now today, Nick Pappas, Denton County Judge, what is the first thing you would do?
go to the nearest bar and buy a round. Like,
Of course.
we gotta celebrate, right?
Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Everybody's invited.
Exactly.
Yes.
The VFW, and that's what we're doing. Because right after the election is the Marine Corps birthday. And right after the Marine Corps birthday is my birthday.
Oh,
And
nice.
so we're celebrating my win, the Marine Corps birthday, and my birthday at the
And
Marine
then
Corps
Veterans
Ball.
Day is like right around there too, probably that same week. So you got like 4 holidays to look forward to.
Dude, you get so much free Starbucks.
And you know, I've never once gotten any of that free stuff, but I have absolutely got my car full of vets and driven them around to go inside and get it.
Yes.
I love doing that kind of stuff. Veterans advocacy is amazing. And that's one thing that I can't wait to do as county judge, just while we're on the subject of my impending win, hopefully. You know. Put in the work. I still need everybody to vote. Like, don't sit down and be like, no, he's got it. Like, you still have to vote.
Yeah, everybody vote.
Creating a hospital district in Denton County. We don't have one. We don't have a county hospital district. So we don't have drug treatment. We don't have mental health treatment. We don't have veterans advocacy. We don't have foster outreach. We don't have any of these things. We have to use all of the neighboring counties, or even worse, the people that are volunteering. We've got nonprofits doing the job that your taxes are supposed to be paying for.
Absolutely.
That is insane to me. Why are we relying on charity when we pay taxes?
What are tax dollars for?
Me.
They're for mom.
They're for the socialists. That's what they're for.
It's supposed to be for socialism. Listen, I'm not a socialist, but I am not a capitalist.
Yeah.
Unregulated
I don't
capitalism
think anybody really
would
is a
have been the death
capitalist.
of America. Unregulated capitalism would have destroyed America. We had to create social programs to save America.
Absolutely.
We had to create Social Security. We had to create regulations on businesses.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All of these people that are like, I love voting Republican. Why? They deregulate everything. And then we have millions of dozens of eggs with salmonella in Texas.
Oh,
An incredible mass recall just in these past couple of days.
We're running out of beef.
yeah.
And this is after everybody decided to take vacations to Taylor Farms and realized they had no bathrooms, so they had to go in a lettuce patch. Now, listen, Taco Bell was going to make your guts do that anyway.
Okay, dude. When that story first broke and I saw it was Taco Bell, I swear to God, for a solid week, I thought it was a joke. I was like, "There's no way. This is just normal, like normal Tuesday at Taco Bell."
Did you guys see? Like, probably it was like years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, there was a Facebook post that was going viral, and this guy was like, just got Taco Bell, and then Taco Bell commented on it, and they were like, cool, what'd you get? And he was like, diarrhea, but it was he talks about Taco Bell, I always think about that post, and then this happening, and I was like, bro.
Well, I immediately had to check the source because I was listening to it from just YouTube going. And so I was like, okay, what is it? Duffel Blog, Babylon Bee, InfoWars, now that the Onion bought that, like, what is it? I know they're not going to do that on the Onion because that's just like too on the nose.
Yep.
Nope. CNN.
This is real life. This is Trump's America, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And then they had the shitty Kennedy. The worst Kennedy. They had him on and they were like, oh, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started because over here trying to
decapitate a whale.
Low bar.
Oh my God.
I know who to call if I need a whale decapitated or a bear hidden or some weird animal's testicles fried up.
Yes.
A brain worm.
Oh, you know that brain worm is doing some work.
that thing is partying, dude.
Right now. He's like, I just took everything. He's still going. But no, you see him on podcasts and they're like, oh yeah, we've got all these outbreaks. It's like, well, yeah, there was some deregulation. You can barely understand what this guy's saying.
Yeah.
He sounds like a chain-smoking grandma that you find in the casino.
Yes.
But no, we're going to make him in charge
Clove
of
cigarettes. Has to be clove cigarettes. Like, that's what he's smoking is clove cigarettes.
American spirits.
Definitely smoking something, and I don't think that it is legal in Texas. Now, I got so upset when they started making all of that marijuana stuff illegal, because all of a sudden overnight, if you have just a little bit of that marijuana in your car, which would have been fine the day before, all of a sudden you've got a felony charge. You've got more trouble than if you got a DWI.
Yeah. And everybody did. Does anybody think that that's going to stop consumption in the state of Texas?
No.
No.
It's just going to piss people off.
It's going to piss people off, and it's going to pay the cartels, which is what's going to happen.
Well, it's not illegal for people to have anything shipped from out of state. You can still buy hemp and have it shipped to your house. There's nothing they can do about it. It's not illegal. Possession is not illegal.
But it does give us an excuse to pull over Black and brown people.
Yes.
We were running out of excuses for a minute. But we got some back. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. No, it's insane. Now, what they've been doing is they have just been using that as a scare tactic, and they've been hurting every small business in Texas.
Yeah.
Because all of these small business marijuana shops had to do layoffs because they had to lose at least like half of their inventory, at least half had to go away. They could keep a little bit of the paraphernalia, a lot of the Delta 9, I get it. But a lot of their stuff had to either be thrown away or sold for pennies on the dollar the day before it hit, which is horrifying, because all of these people that are getting laid off, all of these people with all of this extra inventory, boxes of shit in their house, where are they going to go? They still need jobs.
Yeah.
So what's open? Where are the jobs we were going to get when we were sending all of the brown people, not just Mexicans, they were just rounding up brown people into concentration camps. Where are all of the jobs that opened up? Why are groceries not cheaper?
Texas hemp industry has over 80 or employs over 86,000 people. In the entire United States, with the majority of the hemp. And so we're not. Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
It's no different than when they were attacking all of the sustainable energy, because Texas was leading the nation in wind and solar before they started cutting all the contracts.
Yeah, I believe that.
Oh, I hate this.
By all of the storms that I pass on my way to Waco every time.
Yeah, you're in the worst timeline. Congratulations.
Yeah, we talk about it constantly.
All the time.
We're trying to shift it.
It was supposed to be a comedy, not a premonition, and that's what I'm saying.
Oh, God.
Exactly. That's what I Tovar about his Crocs.
I take it back, because I think that the president and idiocracy, Terry Crews, I think that he would have been a better president than the one we have now.
So much more fun.
In charge.
I feel like President Hector Camacho actually had like empathy, real empathy. He was just dumb.
Wait, was that his name?
Yes, Camacho. Yeah.
Hector Camacho, like Hector Macho Camacho, the Puerto Rican goofball boxer.
Yeah.
What? Okay,
I think it's a longer name, actually.
No, yeah, it's like 8 different names. It's amazing.
That's
Terry Crews crushes it in every role. But you're going to get me down a rabbit hole. I'm going to start talking about this role and all the drama around it. Like, no. Anyways, back to Texas. Terry Crews should run Texas.
Maybe Nick Pappas should run Texas.
He did not say Ted Cruz, guys.
Not Ted Cruz.
Hey, don't put that evil on me. Don't do that. Gina Hinojosa, she's going to fix everything.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be great.
He's going to fix everything. As soon as I'm done with this, I get to go back to my couch. No long political career. I fix everything in Denton County. I go back to my retirement. Oh,
I have to admit, I'm honestly super stoked to vote for Gina for so many reasons. Not the least of which is that I am old enough and young enough to both remember and appreciate Ann Richards for all of the glorious things that she is and was, and we need a woman sitting in the Capitol. Sorry, we just do.
Women sitting in a lot of positions.
Yes, we do, but the Texas State Capitol is a good start. Maybe we can start providing health care to women again.
I'm just tired of our governor sitting on his ass like all the fucking time.
Hey, he can't help that.
Thing, dude.
That's so rude, Tovar. That's so ableist.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Come on, dude. Come on. We're better than that.
Sorry.
Governor Hot Wheels, he can't help it. Sorry, Greg. Greg can't help it.
Chastity was like, "Oh, I better go off camera and laugh." Well, no, like especially when I was running for governor and everybody was like, "Oh, you know, so and so's calling him Hot Wheels. What do you think about this?" Because I, you know, walk with a cane, and I'm like, no. He's disabled. He is not a member of the disabled community. He has made Texas he's to the disabled community.
Yes.
He's not one of us.
He got rid of DEA stuff, or what was it?
ADA. He voted against ADA protections.
Like he didn't need that thing, that little ramp going
Y'all
up.
See him
not just
chopping
that,
up
he
the
also,
brisket?
Oh my gosh, he looked crazed.
Yes.
I have seen people on methamphetamine who looked less crazed than that. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
He looked
Dude, he looked nuts. But he also voted against
he was gonna hurt himself.
The same type of lawsuit that he was able to settle on to make himself very wealthy from his accident.
Mm-hmm.
He made it to where those lawsuits are harder to even file, let alone win in the state of Texas for other people.
He's also married to somebody who is very brown, and
they all are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look at Brandon Gibb.
Yeah. Wait, sorry guys, I have to Google. What?
You don't know who he's married to?
No.
Yeah, his wife is I think she's I don't want to misspeak, but isn't she like from Mexico?
I think she's Venezuelan
or something like that.
Hang on, I'm Googling.
I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but yeah, his wife has a Hispanic last name and everything.
Cecilia Abbott, granddaughter of Mexican immigrants raised in San Antonio. She's a former teacher. Shame on her.
No. When they're married to people like that, they're just as evil.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because you got to look at, like I was talking about Brandon Gill. His wife, the father, is like some super Republican donor, but again, also a Indian immigrant. He's straight up like, we got to get rid of all the immigrants. And his wife is like standing there smiling. And I'm like, yo, that's you too.
Oh my God. Brandon Herrera too. He's a fun one.
Oh, don't get me started with that guy. Don't get me started.
We should have Jen and Nick do the interview with him.
Oh, please, Brandon Herrera, if you are listening, come home.
Well, we already reached out to him. I mean, it's in the invitation is out there for everybody who will accept it.
Yes, we would love to talk to everybody. And
I don't like coming on our show.
Republicans don't like to talk to us.
Have
and
we
I don't
had?
understand why.
I think we've only had like Sid Miller. Who else?
Well, no, we had what was that guy's name that was running? He was running for governor too.
Oh,
there was a lot of people.
Sorry.
Oh.
Tim? What was his name?
I know you're talking
Tim
about.
Mabry.
Yeah.
No.
Who?
No.
Tim Mabry.
Tim Mabry.
Jen wasn't here for that one.
Mabry. Tim Mabry.
Tim Mabry.
Something Mabry.
Yeah.
That must have been really.
He's the one who posted the video on TikTok about endorsing
the
alligator Alcatraz.
No, I would have found a way to one of his events. I don't remember.
He found his way to one of ours. He wouldn't talk to us after we did the very first interview ever was done with him, and it was live streamed on Instagram. We didn't have he didn't sign a release. He didn't do a questionnaire, nothing. It was just raw dogging it. And so we tried to get him to come back on later to talk to us after he had posted that alligator Alcatraz video, and we had all dogged him in his comments. And then we saw him at a hemp event. We're like, come talk to us. And he's like, fuck you.
Yeah, that very first interview, me and him got into it several times.
Yeah,
Good.
Dude.
it was over abortion. I remember it was the
Yeah.
abortion topic.
He was not he's a very big pro-choice guy.
He's a
Not
very
having
big,
a uterus,
he's
you don't
not a
really have much
pro-choice
to
guy.
say.
He's a very big men get the choice and women don't.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's all men.
I impregnated you and I get to decide.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, we have to do most of the work. So it's like, you know,
I mean, I guess.
no. I know that's going to get clipped because, oh man. But no, I still go and speak with, you know, Republicans, independents, and, you know, even Democrats. Sometimes they want to listen to me. Now,
You know,
yeah, I know.
what's so that was one of our questions. What's something that's been surprising as far as like the Democrats recently? I know the Democrats
Yeah.
have been like kind of separating themselves from the Democratic Socialists recently. And I know even talking to Republicans whenever we were helping out Chastity, even Republicans were kind of coming a little bit more to the left when it comes to like healthcare and stuff like that. What are some I guess surprising thoughts that you hear from Republicans or Democrats?
Okay. So anytime that I talk about social issues, I don't frame it in the culture war way.
Mm-hmm.
I frame it
Yeah.
in the personal freedom way. As an
Yeah.
example,
Absolutely.
abortion. I would walk up to a woman and be like, "Do you want me, specifically me, to be able to control everything you do, no matter what you say?" The answer is always no, which is rude, but whatever. But it's always no. So why would we be able to pick and choose when we start telling women what to do with their bodies? And when you frame it that way, they're like, well, and I'm like, no, it's medical. It's medical. So if you've got a tumor that's growing inside of you, like sometimes those things emit electrical signals just like a fetus.
Yes.
I'm not talking about an actual baby that's there at 9 months. I'm talking about that
teratoma.
old egg up until like 8 to 6 months. Like it's wild. Nobody knows what that looks like.
Oh,
And
I
they're-
thought you were talking about a teratoma, and I was like, yeah, they're pretty horrendous.
Yeah. It looks like it's from the Alien movies, and I think that's where they got parts of the Alien movies.
Probably.
Y'all are
The
horrified.
tadpole.
but no, it's one of those situations where when you frame it like that, they're 100% on your side.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, well, we don't want billionaires to be taxed. And then I'm like, okay, do you think that the resources on Earth are infinite? And they're like, well, no. I was like, do you think that there's so much money for everybody and people just aren't reaching out for it? And they're like, no. And I'm like, that's because we've got 10 people that have all the money and are convincing you that it's the Mexicans' fault.
Yes.
When you phrase it that way, they're like, well, they're taking all the benefits. I was like, are you taking any benefits? And they're like, every single time, yes. And then I'm like, then shut the hell up. If you're taking benefits, other people are taking benefits. You don't get less benefits because other people are getting benefits.
Right.
Everybody gets the same. But also, nobody that is undocumented can get benefits. It took me a year and a half to get benefits for one of my kids.
Yeah.
And we are American citizens, Marine Corps, you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't even throw that around. They're like, no, bureaucracy, deal with it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have a sitting senator currently committing healthcare fraud, income fraud, whatever, income tax fraud, because he's dead collecting a check. What is that? Somebody's committing identity fraud in Turtle Man's name, but we've got to worry about the Muslims and the Mexicans.
No, it's Weekend at McConnell's. It's a new series. It's coming out soon.
Who's that guy that's living in his backyard?
Said he refuses to do a video, and I'm like, no, he didn't.
I mean, he is refusing by being deceased. Guys, he's not alive.
That's not even a wild
I don't care what they're saying. He's dead. He's been dead.
The last time we saw him, his lips were blue.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, if the last time you see me, my lips are blue, I'm fucking dead.
If they're wheeling me out and I'm like, look like this.
And I'm 40.
Like,
400.
come on, Nick. Come on.
Dude,
Come on,
like,
let's get you.
Wave
Get
your
you
God
moving
has
hand.
along.
the
Come
soul,
on.
but what the hell? Like, just come at, and all it is they don't want Thomas Massey in that seat. They just don't want Thomas Massey, and Thomas Massey is his own special kind of dude. I mean, I'm actually really excited about how he's been advocating for the Epstein victims and there's or survivors, and there's other things that he's been, you know, broken clocks right twice a day. He'd be better than Turtle Man.
Hey, as long as he votes to release the Epstein files, I will not.
I
Make
can't
him
fault him for
disappear.
much
You know,
after that.
I was gonna say, I just saw Jen actually shared with us. Marjorie Taylor Greene is like touring with some other people. I think I saw Gina Hinojosa in that, so they're getting together.
Wait,
In
I
that
didn't know
thing
about
that
all
you
that.
sent, it's they're all on the same bill.
On the
The
Texas
Trip Fest?
Tribune
Mm-hmm.
or
No, Marjorie Taylor Greene with
Trip Fest.
Marjorie Taylor Greene's
Greene
gonna be
came to
there.
Trip
Yeah,
Fest.
there's gonna be a lot of people there, a lot of different people there.
Well, never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. So she did horrifying things. Like,
Yeah.
I'll never forgive her yelling at the Sandy Hook victims, calling them
Oh
crisis
my
actors.
God.
She doesn't get forgiveness ever.
Or
But-
following behind David Hogg and accusing him of gaslighting everybody about the shooting and claiming that he just needed to be armed.
Yeah. So she never gets forgiven. But I will allow her to advocate for the release of the Epstein files.
And
Absolutely.
okay, so maybe, oh God, my gut instinct cannot be to openly gag when I hear these things. Okay. This might not be a bad thing, because if she shows up here and all of these far right Texas voters or registrars, county registrars, show up to this event and hear her speak about how awful this administration is and how we should not give the GOP another opportunity to continue this chaos, maybe it's not a bad thing. But I have a feeling she's going to come here and introduce another party, but even that'll peel off votes, won't it?
So another thing that I learned about politics is everyone is out for themselves.
Yeah.
All of these people because you have to look at the kind of people that crave these kind of positions. They crave the power. These are the people that you don't want in these positions.
Yeah.
But they're going to have those positions. So you got to make do.
Yeah.
Now, another thing, and this is it's on the same subject, but it's a little different. So, you know, we're talking with the Republicans and bringing things back down to earth, so that way they're not like, oh, but there's 87 pronouns. I actually yelled at a woman about that because there's 9, and if she has a problem with pronouns, she's really going to have a problem with names, because holy shit, there's a lot of those. But when you talk to them like that, when you're like, hey, listen, I'm not some politician that's trying to get your vote. I'm a human being, and you're going to talk to me and respect me like a human being. When you bring it down to that level, people listen.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about guns. That does not work with guns. It doesn't work with Democrats. It doesn't work with Republicans. You will never please either side about guns.
Yeah.
I've learned that. I don't try to please
Right.
everybody. I just want to help everybody. But my God, when you say, hey, maybe psychos shouldn't have guns, they're like, so you're going to take everybody's guns? Like, no, I'm going to take yours because you're a psycho.
You're a fucking psycho.
The way you answer this question or respond to this statement tells me everything I need to know about your mental state. Please hand over the AR.
Well, no, it's just like the whole women in the bear thing. And men are like, oh, they wouldn't choose the bear. And it's like, dude,
I'm choosing the bear.
You're choosing the bear.
Every time.
Yep.
Every time. If I don't know the man, and probably some of the time if I do know the man, I'm choosing the bear.
Yeah. But it's that situation. Now, because they try to do all the culture war stuff immediately. They're like, oh, you're a Democrat, so you want trans people in bathrooms. And I was like, I do believe that trans people should be able to use a bathroom. Yes. They've been in their entire life. And they're like, oh, well, you know, what if your little girl was in there? I was like, jackass, I had to take my little girl into the men's room. Because I'm a grown man, I couldn't take my little girl into the women's room.
Yep.
Like, you see how it's different? But if anybody would have shown their ding dong to my kid, I would have taken it off.
Yep.
But no. That's just not a thing. But when you explain it to them like that, all of a sudden the temperature starts cooling down. They're like, well, no, I'm just worried about predators. It's like, no, you're worried about men in women's restrooms. You're not worried about trans people. Trans people have been doing it forever. The only people that get in trouble in bathrooms are Republican congressmen. That's it. That's it.
They were meeting Tinder dates.
Grinder.
Hey, neither one of my Tinder dates ended up in a restroom. I'm just saying.
That was a freaking mess having to talk about that kind of stuff. At least you're running well-ran Democrat, county judge, not either, right? It's an independent position, county judge.
No, I'm running as a Democrat.
Oh, you are running as a Democrat. Okay, good.
So, the way that it works is I still want to help everybody, but you have to have a party affiliation. Otherwise, there's all kinds of extra hoops that you have to jump through. But also, independents don't have a path in Texas, and it irritates me when they think they do.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. They're not peeling off rational voters. I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is the fact that they think it's possible, and that level of delusion has no place in government.
Yeah.
Because until we do ranked choice voting, they don't. It's first past the post. And when they try to explain it like, oh, well, blah, blah, no, that's not how it works. That is not how the government works. Look at all of U.S. history. We've got 250 years proving that that does not work.
Yeah.
And then they point to Bernie Sanders, and I sigh so hard, I pass out.
What? Did Bernie Sanders become president?
Yeah.
No. Stop using him as an example of independents getting ahead. The DNC crushed him and ruined our lives. Remember that, guys. The DNC is not any better than the RNC, but they took Bernie from us. I'm still bitter. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I couldn't tell. But hey, the only time that I voted before I started politics, because hey, when you're active duty, you don't have the luxury of being political. So I was constantly deploying and going to all these other units and everything. So you don't get to spend the time to be like, oh, politics is on fire. Got it.
Yeah.
But you learn that when you start running.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, it'll be a gentleman's game. We can go ahead and oh God.
Yeah,
gentleman's game.
It's crazy how childish it is.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, well, that person's corrupt. And it's like, dude, what do you think you are? Are you kidding me? Like, I saw you got donations from. Shut up.
I'm like, the donors are the worst.
Oh my God.
Trying to choose a big donor is impossible.
But that's why you won't see me advocating for super PACs, corporations being able to donate, stuff like that. You'll never see me advocate for that. Because I know as a candidate that all of that money comes with strings.
Yeah.
If you see somebody getting $20,000 and you think that doesn't come with strings, I have a bridge to sell you. Because, wow, that level of delusion is amazing. Because when else are you going to get $20,000?
For nothing.
That's it.
It's because I'm a delight.
I tried it. I was like, I'm cute. And I'm funny. They didn't like it.
We tried it out. They just thought we were crazy. Okay, so what is the most underrated thing about running for office? Let's start with underrated.
When you go to a group of people and you speak to them as a human being, not trying to be all polished politician, statesman, no Shakespeare. You just talk to them and you tell them what you want to do and how you want to help them. And then you see that hope in their eyes. That is what makes this happen. That is why I am still in this, because I know that I need to help these people. And when I talk to these people about how I'm going to help them, how I see how they're not being taken care of and how they could be, seeing that hope is, oh my God, it makes you want to run.
Yes. So what's the most overrated thing about running for office?
Rubbing elbows with people. So when we're talking about
name drop anybody?
Yeah.
Celebrities, local celebrities, national celebrities, when we're talking about all of these different things, that's the worst part. Yeah. Because not only do they not want to rub elbows with you, but also when they do, there's usually strings with it. Now, there is a caveat, which I absolutely love to talk about, Beto. Beto is completely different. I've met that guy multiple times. Every single time the dude has been a class act. Every time I've seen him at events to finish talking to the people, not
Yeah.
some crazy important mayor or anything like that, just some grandma.
That's the only town hall I've ever been to is a Beto town hall, and it went over 2 hours, and he still stayed after. And the 2 hours that he went over was to introduce other people in our county that were going to be doing voter outreach and things. It wasn't even for him. So it went over 2 hours, and then he stayed after an hour talking to people, answering questions, talking to little kids, taking selfies. Like, he's a normal dude who genuinely wanted to help us, and we shit on him. We suck.
No. I have to stop you on that one. Social media shit on him.
Yes.
And he did not stop it.
Yeah.
They were like, no, he does. Like, we just got to take the AR-15s, and it's like, no.
Yeah, that fucked him up big time.
They still talk about
everybody. Yeah.
Well, no, it's because he said we're going to take your AR-15s. Fox News said all your guns, and his social media did not immediately crush that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what fucked us out of Beto.
Yep.
So what's
because he was moving that needle hard.
Oh, dude.
Nobody had a chance against Cruz.
I don't even know. I don't even think that he was given an opportunity to like even not correct it, but like clarify his position on that.
His pain team was supposed to do that. They have entire machines behind them once they get up to those levels. Like Tellerico, he's got entire machines behind it. He's not texting everybody asking for $1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all of these people could have jumped on it immediately. He had a good social media team. We're not talking Hillary Clinton's social media team. He actually had a decent one, but they didn't capitalize on it because they could have dunked on Fox News.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the best advice that you've been given?
Never take advice from anybody who won't also share in the consequences.
Okay. What's the worst?
That was life advice. I didn't receive that on campaign.
Okay, what's the worst campaign advice you've gotten?
The worst campaign advice I have ever gotten is try to appeal to the Republican voters because Democrats don't vote. Worst advice I got. I didn't take it. I didn't take it because that's insane. But I did receive that advice. And it was hilarious because I laughed at him. I was like, are you serious? Like, no. If they like my policies, they're going to vote for me. But I'm not going to be like, hey, listen, I can grow a little mustache. Like, it's not going to happen. I told them I am not going to reach across the aisle unless I'm going to slap them. I'm not shaking hands with somebody who's comfortable having a boot on my neck. That's not happening.
Thank you.
The libtard because I'm like, hey, homeless people probably shouldn't freeze and die in the street. Then that's a problem for me because that's not a disagreement. That's morality. We can disagree on pizza toppings, not if children in the foster system in Denton County, we have one of the fewest in all of the counties in Texas of the foster system, like as far as the foster homes, foster shelters, stuff like that, and the outreach. Even though we have over 1 million residents, we have over 1,070,000 residents, and we have the lowest. Now, we still have kids in the foster system sleeping in empty office buildings.
What?
When you explain this, and they're like, oh, well, what were their parents doing? Then I'm like, okay, you and I should probably take a step outside because I can't do anything to you on camera, but I would like to explain why you're an asshole. Like, it's insane because these people share the same earth as we do.
Yeah.
And so,
how
dare you, Chastity?
You know, I don't know what's wrong with it. I have to like get it to focus on my head.
They have to stare at this, so we can have that. But no, it's very important to me that we're moving forward as a species. And the people that are like, no, we need to conserve, we need to be conservative. What
for
should
what?
we be?
Yeah, for what exactly?
Because every single time it's racism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every single time. It is never not racism unless it's misogyny and racism. But it's never just misogyny. It is also racism. Because they want to treat women the same way they want to treat black people.
Yeah.
no rights, no vote, back to slavery, because that's what women were doing up until the 70s.
Yep.
Well, women still
And
do
you have to
today.
marry me in order to get a bank account. What? That sounds insane. That was
was like
reality.
1984, you guys, before a woman could get a personal checking account without the consent of her partner.
Right, but I was born in 1986, so they were like, "Oh, we got to clean our act up."
The new Chuck Norris is here, guys. What is your favorite place that you've discovered while campaigning?
Oh, wow. Okay. All of these small towns in these counties. So everybody thinks that they've seen a small town until they've seen a small town with no Dairy Queen.
What?
And you're
I'm
like,
from Dallas, y'all. That doesn't exist here.
right.
You don't have Dairy Queen?
No,
You
no,
don't
no.
have
Like
Family Dollar?
not having
Those
Dairy
are,
Queen
like,
doesn't
the
exist
small
here.
town staples. Like, you get those before you get stop signs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
people are riding horses until there's a drive-through Dairy Queen, and then they get cars. Like,
Yeah.
but it's insane. These small towns. I've been to a couple, especially, while going as, when I was running for governor.
Governor, yeah.
I would go into these small towns, and like these places, they look like just ramshackled shacks. Like, it was wild. You go in there and there's like 6 people, and they're like, "Listen, I'm sorry, there's not a whole lot of turnout. Like, we can't let anybody know that we're Democrats." And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. We've got people here. We're good. But also,
Right.
why can't anybody know you're Democrats?" And they're like, "Well, because if we do, we won't be able to use the Tractor Supply or the church that's
Yeah,
right across the
man.
street from it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "No, we will be socially ostracized."
Yeah, dude. That's so
And it's
fucked
there's
up.
only like 30 people in the town, so you can't screw that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you say that you're a Democrat, they believe that you are against God.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the
I have
Republicans.
so many
do.
thoughts. I have so many
News.
thoughts.
Fox News convinced everybody that if you're not Republican, you are atheist, or even worse, a Democrat.
That was Bill O'Reilly.
And what was that bastard? Rush Limbaugh.
Rush
He rested.
Limbaugh, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so real quick, my grandfather raised me, and he was a diehard Republican, would have voted for a brick wall if it had an R painted on it. The last conversation we had was about the fact that he wasn't going to survive long enough to vote for Trump again, and I was that was the only thing that was making me comfortable with his death was the last interaction we had. It was a joke, but we loved each other, but it was funny. But when I was in junior high, he would drive a 93 turquoise green Escort station wagon with bad suspension. So it down the driveway at school with the windows down, blasting Rush Limbaugh. And when I tell you, nobody wanted to hang out with me. Nobody. Because like I was like, dude, please just let me have one weekend where people don't think I'm weird. Please. Nope. Gotta listen to Rush. Rush was like the direct line to the White House. And I'm like, bud, this is not the way.
But the problem is, that is conservative men's therapy. That talk radio, because nobody else wants to talk to them. Their kids don't want to talk to them. Their wife doesn't want to talk
That's
to
how
them.
I got into it.
They don't want to talk to their parents because somehow their parents were even bigger bastards than they are.
Mm-hmm.
But that's their therapy.
Yeah.
And because we get them away from the dinner table because we're like, "Yo, you're a little fascist over there." Like, no. Then the only people that they talk to are the talk radio. It's like all the young men where we've got the male loneliness epidemic, and all these young men are just watching all these podcast bros. That's their therapy. And that's the most horrifying part of it.
Yeah.
If we could just get some guys some actual therapy. Hey, this is my plug for the Denton County Hospital. If we could just get some actual mental health therapy, everybody would be much better. Because a lot of people, they don't know that they're still going through stuff.
Yeah.
I've talked to people who don't know that they're dealing with PTSD.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Are you serious? All I did was raise my hand and you flinched. Like, I was trying to shake your hand. Like, no, that's definitely something you need to talk to somebody about." And you're like, "Oh, well, I'll just watch Liver King and then we'll be fine." It's like, no, dude, you need to like hug your father or something. Like,
Right.
Go for a walk. Breathe.
but the problem is a lot of these demons that everybody's fighting are homosexual thoughts, and nobody's ready for that. Nobody's ready to accept that. All these guys hitting the gym, just screaming into the podcast about how much they hate women. It's like, kiss a man. Stop it.
Did you see the Snickers thing? Did you guys see the Snickers thing?
The Snickers thing. No, what?
So they're taking, they're taking the veiny thing off
Oh.
of the Snickers now.
Oh, really? That was the best part.
These guys are like scraping it off. So Snickers is completely getting rid of the vein on the top because it's gay to eat.
Listen, there is nobody more homosexual than a homophobe.
Yeah, dude, for real.
Okay,
Yes.
so I will just say this to all of you men who are absolutely telling on yourselves right now. As women, there's literally artwork that is created to celebrate a woman's part. Okay, it's called yoni, and it's beautiful, and we seek it out and we honor it. We don't hide it. Okay, even though that part of our body is not the most beautiful thing in the world, you celebrate it. Why are you so scared of them veins on the Snickers? Why?
It's because it makes them feel things.
Tingly?
Yeah.
Tingly?
Okay.
They just sit there and they're like, I don't know why I enjoy this black king-sized veiny bar going down my throat. They don't even take a bite of it. Have you noticed that? If you've seen a conservative man,
he just pushes it right down.
He has to kiss the tip before he bites into it. I don't know why.
Just right in.
You're welcome for getting canceled.
Okay, on that note, Vicky Goodwin would like to know what words of wisdom you would like to share with people today.
Don't act like me.
Get that black veiny thing out of your.
The best advice that I could possibly give anybody is be yourself. People are going to love you for who you are and hate you for who you're not. Or even better, they're going to hate you for who you are because you're going to know that you stand on business.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's very good news, or very good advice.
It's good news. You're welcome. That was for you, Jennifer.
What question do you want to leave for the next guest?
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, if it's political, why are you still running?
Ooh.
Okay.
Because everybody knows why they started.
Yeah.
But to keep going, oh, that is a monster.
Or to do it twice.
What's that?
To do it twice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you wackadoo.
Oh, how bad it is? And you jump back into that ring? Oh.
Or a different ring. A different ring. The first ring wasn't challenging enough, so Nick decided we'll just take on something completely different. Why not? Why not?
I was like, I'm sick of everybody watching me on all these national news stations making an ass out of myself. I want to do local stations.
Yeah.
Okay, what if it's not political?
If it's not political, what would be the best advice for your profession or the best advice against your profession that you would want to leave somebody with?
Ooh. Okay, now tell us where you are going to be in the next couple of weeks and where we can find you.
I will be all over the place. I love going to all the different Democrat events. I love going to all the local group events. Most of the time, I don't even tell anybody that I'm going to show up. I just show up and they're like, hey, do you want to yell into a microphone for 3 minutes? And I'm like, yeah, we're doing
He does.
Oh.
He does. Give him a mic.
But you can find me at pappasfordenton.com. What I want everybody to do, because you're going to love this, go to pappasfordenton.com/news, or just click on the little news part at the top of the website. I actually have all of my articles that I've been writing about the Denton County Community Court, but it also has all the videos, all the transcripts, all of the original documents. So not only does it have my very biased opinion, but it also has very unbiased documentation to support it.
Nice.
Excellent. And when you win, we have to have you back to talk about the Marine Corps Ball, your birthday, and Veterans Day.
With any luck, I will be very hungover.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
We want the hungover one. That's what we want.
You just don't want the drunk one. Don't worry about that.
we want the Nick Pappas hungover. I kind of sometimes feel like that we don't even need to be on here. It's like your show.
Oh my gosh, it's a blast.
You should just be a regular.
Obnoxious. That's all it is.
Well, we love it though. Mr. Nick Pappas, thank you again for joining us. He's running for Denton County Judge. Look him up. He's got my support. Nick, do you have anything else left to say? Any last words?
Yeah, don't worry. everybody watching, I'll have your support too. All you got to do is look me up. Just not on my Facebook though. I'm pretty unhinged on there. Thank you all so much.
Bye.